Well,
welcome back.
Good afternoon
To another edition, evening edition of roast beef and bagels.
Yeah.
So we don't have bagels and roast beef right now.
No, we just got some
that's
water.
Fine. We just got water because it's the evening edition.
And it's Penn State water.
That's right.
You love Penn State.
I mean, if you didn't know, we normally film in the morning, but today, evening edition, the beef was sick.
Yeah, I had pneumonia, bro.
Pneumonia.
I never had pneumonia before. It was rough.
But we tried to put some shorts on in the intro.
Yeah.
But we're doing the evening edition to get out this week's episode, and then we'll try to get some shorts
because Sunday's Easter.
Sunday is Easter, so we hope everybody has a
happy Easter. Passover too. I think it's on the same time.
Passover started this week. I think
gotta
Monday.
You gotta get matzahs.
Matzah is the only thing they can have.
Yeah,
because they can't have like different types of carbs and bread,
and they can't do certain work, whatever. I don't know how true it is, bro, but they say even on the Sabbath, which is every Friday, that what they do the night before, because they're not supposed to do any work like labor, that they roll tissue paper just in case they have to go to the bathroom. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that a lot.
I don't even know.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, that's their religion. I think it's cool, but that I never heard. You know.
So if we have any Jewish
please let me know if that's true. Unless it's just like a Hasidim. Maybe it's like the Sephardic, strict.
The Orthodox.
Yeah, maybe it's just them.
Yeah, I'd like to know, actually. So,
that's interesting.
So if anybody knows.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Except for JNN.
JNN
don't tell us nothing.
Because
this guy's a waste.
Oh, my God.
So, but...
so you want to talk about something local? We'll do the local?
So, sure. I know the beef got notes. He loves notes.
I love notes now because I can't remember shit.
Because I fact check.
Yeah, and he fact checks. But, so... Letitia James. I know that you heard because we talked about it.
We did talk about it.
So Letitia James. As a matter of fact, dude, you do it. You do it. So I know that you know more.
She's being brought up on the same charges that she tried to throw at Trump.
Crazy.
Over exaggerating property.
She's saying in Virginia, her Virginia property is her main property.
Her primary residence.
She's there all the time, according to her, but she lives in Albany.
And she works out of Albany, New York, right? But her primary residence is Virginia.
So she got a lower rate
of mortgage interest rate. Yeah. And then she co-signed with her dad and said
that was her husband.
That was her husband. So they got
a lower rate. And then there's one in Brooklyn. There's a brownstone. That's a 3-family. Yep. She's saying it's a 1-family to get a lower rate. Incredible, the hypocrisy. So it's out of control.
In episodes past, we have said, if you're going to mess and screw around with someone else, you better make sure you have a perfect, clean record. Because it's full circle. It's going to come back at you.
And she had the balls to say that Trump is weaponizing the government. Bitch,
can you imagine?
That's exactly what you did.
Now, I want to know all the liberal tards out there that you got nothing to say. You got nothing to say. It's
crazy to me, dude.
In one direction for these liberal Democrat extremists. It's one-way street only. Listen, another thing too, a quick segue off it. The freaking stock market. Anybody who plays the stock market knows it has the pattern and history of going up and down, right? So it's normal. Does it suck when it goes down? Yeah, but you know what? It can go down, and based on your investments, you can have a gain that day if you weren't part of the items that went down. The stock market that they give is the overall average for the day. So they say, oh, we lost whatever, 500 points, 2%, or whatever it is. That's total. But what you invested in may have gone up.
Right.
But regardless of it, how is it? And the liberals will only make a point to post or mention if there's a loss. Whatever. I'm not gonna lie because I invest in the stock, so I watch it, but not religiously. I'm getting clouded. So yes, there's been a skid, but then in one day, Trump made up. I don't want to say Trump.
It's historic.
Let me take that back.
It's the most historic point gain ever.
In one day. And it wasn't a peep out of the liberals.
Liberals quiet.
They did go down today again.
Oh, yeah.
And now the liberals will love it, posting all over.
But what I think is crazy about them, it's back to the liberal logic thing, right? So when the stock market goes up, Trump's for the wealthy because he's making the wealthy money. When the stock market goes down, all the poor people with the 401ks, they're losing all their fucking... It's the craziest fucking... We should do a short on that.
There's literally something wrong
with
liberals and the way you think, and if you guys have caught some of our shorts, we have a new segment called Liberal Logic.
And
it's really no logic at all. But I mean, that segued off Letitia James. But I just wanted to bring that.
I got another one that we didn't talk about it yet. So in New York City, they're starting to compost, right, bro?
Oh my God.
So there's two things to this. There's just two things to this.
That's the worst.
So as soon as compost started, the day that it started, there was a couple of videos. I think I sent it to you. I don't know if you watched it.
With the sanitation guys?
Yeah. So the sanitation guys are taking out the compost from the brown bin that we have to put it in, and they're putting it in the regular garbage and throwing it in the fucking regular garbage. So it's literally a tax on the middle class just to fuck you. They're not composting anything. Shit. And this is the hypocrite of the liberals. So the NYCHA, which is in New York, it's our projects, meaning the city housing, whatever. Housing. Mm-hmm. They don't have to compost. They don't have to compost. I couldn't believe it. They're like, we don't have the equipment to compost here. So the same building that's 2 blocks away, it's a co-op or a condo. The same buildings, they have to.
The multi-dwelling.
It's multi-dwellings. But the fucking city don't have to.
Do you see what's going on?
It's incredible, dude. It's incredible, dude. I had to say that one, because I was fucking...
No, it is ridiculous because it is a quick ploy for money from the working class. Once again, because you know who's going to get fines if they don't do it? The working class people. They're going to, sanitation will write up a little ticket. However, videos from people's home cameras, because everybody records everything.
The fucking Ring cameras are all over the place.
All over. And what's the first thing we see on the first day? Sanitation literally took the compost from the compost can and put it in the regular can and threw everything in the truck. Everything went straight in the truck.
Dude, I actually, if the few guys that I've seen, I hope they don't get in trouble. I mean, unless they're told to do it, right? I don't know. Maybe
they might be told.
They might be told to do it.
Because that means, think about it, they're going to have another truck that's strictly for that. Because right now they do have some trucks that are split with recycle, like on a smaller side, and then the garbage on the other. But then they have trucks strictly for recycle as well. So what are you going to have a compost truck? And then who's going to pay for that? The taxpayers.
More different trucks, more money for us.
100%.
Unbelievable.
100%.
And one more thing locally before we get into whatever else you want. But I don't know if you've seen this. It was out last week, actually. We had an awful week, so this is old. But, dude, between Cuomo and Hochul, since 2017, 44 cop killers that were never supposed to be released from jail have been released from jail.
That's horrible.
I mean, they spent time, and it's not like they just let them go. Right, I'm just saying, but they went to parole, and they were never supposed to be paroled, and there was some new law on the Cuomo, I guess it was right before the pandemic, and now 44 cop killers are out from 2017 to now. I think that's fucked up. That's basically...
These were lifers, and then they got let go?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Part of that whole jail reform crap.
Yeah, that jail reform. Just like Rikers or whatever. Just to let you people know, I don't think I've said it on Roast Beef and Bagels yet. They want Rikers so that way they can knock it down and build condos for the liberal elites so that we can be on an island away from the rest of us. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, I feel bad for these people. They're on this island and they're getting fucking abused. And it's all bullshit. Within the next 20 years, that fucking place, Rikers Island, will be these huge skyscrapers for just the wealthy elite in New York. And there'll be boats to the city, helicopter pads. It's going to be ridiculous.
But they haven't had success doing it with Roosevelt Island. You think they're going to have success?
So Roosevelt Island, there was people that was already living there. So it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't something they could literally build from scratch. There's no one on the island. They could just knock everything down, start from scratch. There were already people on Roosevelt Island.
Yeah, because they did make jails in each borough, right? That was one of the things.
They opened up one prison in each.
Supposed to be one per borough or something like that.
The one downtown Brooklyn is really nice. It's actually right off Atlantic. I mean, for a prison, it's nice. I mean, you can walk by it, you wouldn't think it's a prison.
Right.
But it is. It's a huge, huge prison. It's crazy. Do you want to talk about some fun stuff?
What do you got?
So the space capsule.
Oh yeah.
All right. So what did you think about the 7 women or whatever?
All right. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm on the fence by the whole thing, only because this isn't the first time Bezos did something like that. Apparently, this is his own.
No, this is his own thing. Yeah, it's like SpaceX, but on his side.
Right.
Yeah.
It's his own thing because now he did something in the past.
I think he did it
with Michael Strahan.
Yeah.
So the thing with the women that went up recently, there's this whole big thing now if it's a hoax or not, because about the capsule door and how it opened and all this other stuff. But I'll be honest with you, I did watch some other video. Beef was talking to me about it, and I did just look it up. It looks similar to other Blue. I think it was Blue Origin or whatever it's
Blue
called.
Origin, yeah.
It looked very similar to what he's done with other people. So I don't know if it's a hoax.
So they're saying that it's a hoax, just in case you guys don't know that. At the point, it's on video. You're not supposed to be able to open the capsule from the inside.
Something like that.
Because something about the pressurizing, it's something to do with science and the pressurizing. If you can open it from the inside and not lock it from the outside, the air pressure would have been different and the capsule would have went out of control. So I don't know exactly what it said, but you could probably research that. And you could see when it lands, someone tries to open it up from the inside and one of Bezos' people runs over quick and says, no, and kind of closes it. And then Jeff Bezos, like 10 minutes later, goes with a key and he opens it himself from the outside. So I don't know, dude. The other thing is they were saying that I think they were the first ones to go out with no helmets. Now, I don't know if that's true.
Well, no, that too. The ones in the past didn't have helmets. I saw the Strahan video and all that other stuff. They didn't
But their hair was perfect. Their makeup was great.
Well, listen.
It's only 65 miles up. They didn't really break the atmosphere.
I thought they did.
No, 65 miles up. So the space station is at the tip of our, what do you call it? It's 350 miles up.
Oh, so, because they showed like video with them looking at stuff.
Well, I'm not saying that it's not high, 65 miles up, but I don't think it's really outside the Earth's atmosphere.
Well, it was only a 10-minute ride.
Right.
But something like that.
It was like 10, 11. I think you're right.
It was quick. It wasn't long. So I don't know. I'm not going to say if it was or wasn't a hoax, but there's a whole bunch of stuff about it.
She kissed the ground. Katy Perry kissed the ground.
Yeah, and the other one, Oprah's friend, Gail.
She says, I can't believe I could say I'm an astronaut now.
Yeah.
You're no astronaut.
Listen, that's discrediting those people that go to school with their entire life to be astronauts and stuff like that.
I don't think they train. Do you think they train?
I would imagine there has to be some training because I guess they have to put
breathing,
you in a simulator so they can know what they're going to feel, how it's going to land and all this other stuff.
The other thing I noticed, though, too, did you see you watched the first one? I didn't, but were they strapped in on the first one? Because they weren't strapped in.
So
they were like kind of floating around.
So they do have video. It looks like a recliner, and they're in like a circle. I mean, well, the pod's a circle anyway, but they're in a circle and like what looks like a recliner. And I mean, they're
are they strapped in? Like
they're in there.
So did you see this one? They weren't.
I didn't see them on the takeoff. I'm sure video.
Oh, on the takeoff, yeah. But I'm saying like. Well, when they went up there,
you're allowed to come out.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm saying. Was it the same one as the last?
Yeah, it was the same thing. Once you get to a certain point, you're allowed to get out of your seat and you start floating around.
And then you have to probably get back in. If it's only 10-minute ride, you probably got to get back in quick.
So you do have to get in quick
because you'll hit your fucking head.
I would imagine as soon as you're going up, you're starting to come down.
Yeah.
So, but they have this thing in the middle because I did want to see what was going on, but like I said, I watched previous ones, and I guess in the training, because you hear them talking, they're saying, don't forget, put your feet underneath, like it was a round thing. You were holding it by hand, but sometimes your legs were kicking up. So you heard, it was straight hand. He was saying, don't forget to lock your feet under the ring on the floor, because they were starting to lift, and I guess he might have been nervous. I don't know,
I would have been nervous too.
I would be nervous.
Hell yeah.
I mean, so I don't know.
The other thing is, it was $26 million to do this.
Oh my god!
And they come up.
Bezos.
I'm sure that. I mean, they're all wealthy.
His girlfriend.
Yeah, they're all wealthy. So. But they were saying, "Oh, if you get a chance to do this, you should do this." They were telling people, "Who the fuck is doing that?"
What? Isn't that gas that's going to burn?
So that's what the even the Democrats coming out and saying, "Listen, what was this necessary for the atmosphere? There are more toxins in the atmosphere."
Going green?
Oh, no more because they're after Tesla. Pam, and what's her name? What's the girl's name? The AG. She's going
attorney general.
Oh, dude, she's going after everybody that's burning down the Tesla, bro.
Who is this?
Pam.
Trump's.
Yeah, AG. Bondi. Yeah, she made a statement the other day. She had one guy come out and said that she's pushing to spend the full 40 years in prison for vandalizing a Tesla dealer.
That's like domestic terrorism if you think about it.
It's crazy.
Why are they doing that?
No, I have no idea, bro.
You know how many Democrats and liberals own Teslas? Because
80% of the Tesla owners are liberals and Democrats.
Saving the environment, but liberal logic applied because they think Elon, and then they call them, the typical Nazis, racists.
Speaking of Nazis, dude, So our friend JNN posted a meme. The top part is the Nazis throwing the Jews into a concentration camp, and the bottom is ICE putting illegal immigrants on a plane to go back to their country. And he's saying it's the same thing.
He's saying it's the same thing. Can you imagine the stupidity of these people?
If I was Jewish, I'd be pissed. I was Jewish, I'd be fucking pissed. Even if I'm not Jewish, that's pissed off. I mean, these people died. They went to the gas chamber. They're just going home.
Well, how about that? It's a big topic. This whole guy that was supposedly wrongfully deported.
Oh, my God.
He was an illegal immigrant to begin with.
With a deportation order to leave.
And he was a criminal. He was supposed of this MS-13, which is now officially a terrorist organization threat to the U.S. So 2 strikes against you: illegal, and you're involved with a terrorist group, which is a threat to the U.S. You're going to get deported. Now, all these people are so concerned. There's not one that is going to sponsor any illegal immigrant,
especially in MS-13. Home. Especially MS-13.
I would dare them to sponsor an MS-13 or just an illegal immigrant. Forget about a gang member.
Just anybody.
Anybody. They're not going to do it. These senators and politicians on the left talking all this BS about, we're so concerned about him. What are you so concerned about? Someone who's a potential murderer, rapist, feeding your kids fentanyl? I mean, are you kidding me?
Dude, and what's funny is when Biden was in office, they said it was hard to control the border. Between 180 and 200,000 people coming there every day. We're down to 9,000 a day.
I don't even think it's that many.
It was 8,723, some shit like that. The last time, what's his name?
Difference.
Unbelievable.
The border alone within these first few months of being
inflation's down fucking by 4%.
Unbelievable the amount of work that's gotten done in such
gas
short
prices, dude. Fucking nothing. Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
But they keep on talking about the market. That's all.
Because they don't know what else to talk about. The market, and they're isolating things, and they're isolating now. A wrongful deportation. I think Trump made it very clear: if you're illegal to this country and you're a criminal, you're gonna go. That's why this guy went. This guy's illegal, and then even and he's from El Salvador.
Right. They didn't put him in a different country. They put him home.
That's where he's a citizen and the president there said, no, he's part of our country. He goes, what am I going to smuggle him into the U.S.?
And the best part, dude, is that there's a meme now that says, bring him home. Motherfucker, he is home. He's home.
So stupid. Dude, I also read this guy, the El Salvador president. I don't remember his name. We're going to put it up.
Yeah, I'll put it up.
He has the lowest crime rate in the Western Hemisphere. It was voted El Salvador now one of the safest countries in the world
because of this dude.
Because he doesn't take any shit when it comes to crime. When they had this big pressing at the White House, the only journalist, of course, that was going at Trump was CNN.
Yeah.
And and listen, it was every big White House official and the El Salvadorian president even said, this guy, first of all, he's back in the country where he's from. He's a criminal, so he's in jail. Right. And the president's like, you want me to smuggle him into the U.S.? Is that what you're asking me?
Idiots,
even outside politicians and presidents think CNN and their questions are ridiculous and are a joke. And that's why their ratings are in the tank and nobody's watching their program. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous.
A little off topic, because I wanted to say this about the Ukraine, because they're going after Trump because Trump's not giving Ukraine any money anymore.
I wouldn't give them money.
So just to let everybody know, you can Google this. It's no lie. It's not fake news or anything like that. But since Biden's been giving him all his money, that the head of the Ukraine, what's his name? I don't know. Zelensky. He's building a $1.5 billion ski resort that's going to open in 2028 with the money that we're giving him to fight the fucking war. Dude, is that fucking crazy?
So our tax dollars
are going to help him build a fucking ski resort so they can make money and claim taxes from our money. It's incredible, dude. Incredible.
It's amazing what goes on and what people turn a blind eye to and just become completely ignorant to. I don't understand. I wish I understood liberals better. Maybe I need to talk to some so I can understand.
We can have some on the show, but no one ever wants to come on.
Do you just hate Donald Trump, or do you hate the way conservatives feel things should be handled and run? Because there's a difference, right? If you hate an individual, then you're just going to say anything.
Yeah, you're
against
just
that
blinded to it.
individual.
It don't matter.
But what if it was, let's say, J.D. Vance was the president or a different Republican? Would the left accept that it was that type of person? I mean, I can understand why the liberals don't like Trump, right? He's a businessman that shuck up government.
Right. He's not government.
He's not government. He's not a politician. He made it be known that I'm not coming in here to be anybody's friend. I'm coming in here to what's do the best for the country. And he doesn't care what anybody thinks. So, yeah, you got to like that narcissistic approach when it comes to it, because he don't give a shit about what you think. He don't give a shit about what we think. His focus is what he believes is going to be best for the country. And he focuses on the heavy topics that, we deal with every day. Right. Money being a big one from him because he's a businessman. But things like illegal immigrants and wars and stuff like that, those are things that he concentrates on as well.
Yeah.
And on that note, but
my daughter.
So I'm just wondering, if there are heavy lefts, by the way, there are a lot of heavy lefts that watch this show because they've put in blocks from us to appear on certain groups and channels.
Yeah, they've been
in social media. They've been trying to get us off, which I think is funny because it's not like, and truthfully, it's not like we have a ton of followers.
No.
But the ones that we do have, leftists have been putting blocks or marking it down as, whatever threat, however it works, a threat or something like that, or they don't like it, or a reported incident. And we've been removed from a couple of groups. A couple I was surprised from Brooklyn and stuff, because that's where we're from.
Yeah.
But I mean, truth be told, New York is such a liberal state, and the 5 boroughs are very, very liberal. Manhattan being the most liberal out of the 5. Staten Island is not at all. They're completely conservative.
Yeah. But where we are, we're in Queens. It's not bad.
Our section is conservative. But of the 5 boroughs, Manhattan is the most liberal. Then actually, it is Brooklyn, Bronx, and then Queens is last.
Yeah.
Staten Island, not at all. So 4 out of the 5 boroughs are liberal. Once you get out of the boroughs, Long Island, all conservative. Upstate New York.
Oh, it's all red.
All red. The thing why New York always wins the electoral vote and always has a Democratic representative is the city is dense with the most people.
It's crazy.
So New York has 30 million people. Let's just say, I don't know what the number is, but let's say 30 million people. Of the 30 million, 20 of them live in New York in the 5 boroughs. So that's why it always works out that way.
I actually think we have a chance this year to
gain
win
11%. At the Trump election on swing from Democratic votes to Republican votes.
I think the mayor could be Curtis. I think Curtis could win.
Well, if those numbers that you gave in our last show,
I think they could win.
If those people come to the polls, because most people don't vote on the local elections.
No, they don't.
He's got a shot. And ironically enough, freaking Cuomo is the lead Democrat.
Yeah. I
couldn't believe it.
Well, the other issue is I understand why, because most people that are liberal are not always, Democrats are not always extreme left, right? So I was telling him there's a woman named Adrienne Adams who's in local and she's running for mayor and she's, I think, number 2, right? No, is it?
No, Eric Adams is
number
after
2,
Cuomo.
and then she might be number 3. And she wants this thing called basic income for people.
Yep.
It's $2,500 for the first payment, $1,000 for every month after that, and over 3 years it goes down. My problem with this is that there is no qualifications, no strings attached. They're not watching. You could have a fucking job and apply for this and just get the money from the taxpayer. You don't have to prove that you have kids or you're living in poverty or you're homeless. You don't have to prove it. I'm going to tell you, you're going to laugh when I say this. I'm going to apply. I'm going to fucking apply.
Why not?
Why not? If you're fucking giving it to me, it's my money anyway.
I was just going to say, it's our money. It's just going to come back.
Give it to me fucking back. But this is the reason why Cuomo's in the league. Because Cuomo's crazy, but he's almost an old school Democrat because of his father. You know what I'm saying?
Cuomo, I think still would have been governor if he didn't
fuck up.
He was.
What was it? It was a female
women,
thing, right?
It was like hitting on girls.
But you know what's funny is that people completely forget it. Let's vote him for mayor.
Well, that was him. He said he wanted to run for mayor. Is he married? Or was he?
No, he was dating that one girl for a long time.
So he wasn't married. He was just hitting on random chicks.
He's like a single dude, but he was the governor. I'm not saying that you can, but this is the problem, dude, right? And I'm not coming to his defense, but I'm just saying they do it with Trump, they do it with him. Look, if you're single and you're flirting with somebody at work, whatever it may be, if they say no, then no, right? But if they don't say no, it's not sexual harassment if you're trying to date somebody. I don't know, bro.
I mean, but listen, it forced him out of public office for a while.
And he got in trouble a little bit with the COVID and the old people. Remember? He left. He said, "No, you got to stay in. You got to stay in and die. You can't come out."
He was making them stay.
Assholes.
They were killing off them old timers left and right. Horrible,
horrible, dude.
Horrible.
But fucking people do what they want to do, bro. I don't know.
Oh my god,
so fucking funny, dude.
Oh my, horrible.
Yeah, let's. And we got to get Lucha Libre soon.
Well, coming up.
Yeah,
Cinco de Mayo. It's got to be making an appearance soon.
Yeah, and I do have some more merch. You know what I got, dude? You'll like it. I meant to bring them, but I'm an asshole. The things you put over your neck for your keys or your cards.
Oh, a lanyard.
Lanyards. I got great lanyards, bro. It says roast beef. Great. They're blue and yellow and orange, only because they were the cheapest.
Nice. Well, listen, we give our merch away for free. Yeah, we don't got to spend a ton of dough.
We gave it away. There was a couple of pictures you just put up, right? I mean,
we had a whole family sporting.
That's right.
Some of our
right.
merch.
Yeah, the whole. What was the saying?
A family that listens to roast beef and bagels together stays together. That's right. That's right. So you guys know, all you got to do is just drop us an email.
Yeah, we'll just send it to you.
We'll send it to you.
We got a bunch of shit. I got a bunch of shit.
We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of hats right now.
Oh yeah, no, we do.
We got the sleeve of trucker hats.
Yeah, we got a lot of hats. So anybody who wants a hat, email roast beef and bagels. We'll get it out to you.
Put the email address here. Yeah. Definitely send us an email. I mean, some of you guys have done it in the past, and some of you have taken a picture and sent it in, which is what we want, so we can tag you. We have a couple of stragglers. We're not going to mention any names.
Yeah,
here.
But they got to take pictures soon.
We would like a picture of you with some roast beef and bagel gear, so we could post it and tag you because we like our supporters.
Oh, and tell them what happened with the sticker.
Which one?
You said that your friend was in Forest Hills.
Oh, so there was a roast beef and bagel sighting. So somebody I know was telling their partner, whatever, male, female couple, whatever, but they were telling their partner that, hey, I think I know this person on the sticker. And they said, don't you know these guys? And then she went to look and she was like, oh yeah, that's my friend I told you about. And it was a roast beef and bagel sighting, and they took a picture of them pointing at the roast beef and bagel
But they didn't take a picture with them in it.
I know. They just had their fingers pointing at it to show it to me. But so we don't be on the lookout.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, I swear to you, this is the truth. Astoria, Forest Hills, Rockaway, Ozone Park, Howard Beach, Maspeth,
we're all over.
and Williamsburg. Actually, I didn't tell you this. I'm going to say this because I know my mother's watching. My mother asked for stickers. I sent them to her house directly. And she's putting them up all over the fucking north side, south side, Williamsburg, Greenpoint. It's good. I'm going to be shocked because I'm going to walk through the neighborhood. I'm going to see it, but I'm not the one to put it up. It's going to be fucking great. So my mother's actually helping out roast beef and bagels.
And don't worry, in this summer when we start traveling, it's going to be in other states.
Actually, I was mad at today. I went to Arthur Avenue today. He gave me some referrals. And I forgot the fucking stickers. And there were a bunch of places
it was good though, Arthur Avenue, right?
No, it was phenomenal.
So
I haven't been there in years.
You'll be back.
It was very good.
But I went to Enzo's. Delis and the Enzo's restaurant.
And then what's the place with the fucking meat cup? Oh, I don't know what it was.
I forgot the name. I got check the notes. I sent it to you. Well, they got the GNR Deli, Casa Mozzarella.
Dude, it was crazy, dude. And the food was phenomenal.
And then the sausage place, I think, began with a P. It was P and a bunch of vowels. Just look for whatever text message.
I am. Look right now. Here we go.
You're getting nuts.
Here we go. I can't read. I got on my glasses.
Oh, Calabrini Pork Store.
I can't read without my glasses.
The Calabrini Pork Store.
And then
it's got the super side and dry sausages hanging all.
It's crazy. I mean, it's the whole fucking ceiling.
And he couldn't get into the mozzarella place.
No, it was packed because it's Easter. They were selling bits of keen, the meat pie, grain pie. The line was huge.
Yeah.
But there was also a place that he didn't know, but there was like an Italian market, bro.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know
look at this.
Place.
I mean, the place was great. I mean, I loved it. They had wine. You could walk around with wine. It's like a flea market, but you could walk around wine, fucking hang out. It was great.
Arthur Avenue in the Bronx.
Arthur Avenue. Fucking Guinea friends, thank God.
Nice. I think that's the Belmont section.
Yes, that's actually what's funny. Yes, it did say it was right around the corner from the Belmont Library.
Yeah,
it was good.
So
best
if you guys
food.
got a chance, go take a look, walk around. Everything was in walking distance.
Oh,
I
yeah.
told them, I said
Park
it's
once,
all
2-3 blocks.
close.
Unbelievable.
Nothing big. You're not gonna be walking miles or whatever. Everything's kind of packed in there together. Arthur Avenue and then the cross street, 187.
Yeah, it was good.
So you'll hit a couple.
Just
of
don't go
spots
during Easter like I did.
Well, it'll be crowded. So, but all right. So listen, thanks for tuning in on the first night edition of Roast Beef and Bagels, and we will see everyone soon. And happy Easter!
Happy Easter! Ciao.
Ciao.